What is up, everybody? Well, Summer 5 time. Got a hands animation update, which was good. I haven't really done any of it yet. I haven't even looked at used skills yet. This is my first time I've ever used her, which is probably a mistake, because I'm sure there's a mission to use her like 10 times and get her to bond 4 or some crap like that. Hey, Pitt, thank you for the 16-month resub. Alright, let's see here. Get some appropriate music. So what's her skills do? Huh, she gets NP rate if you're on a sunlight field, so I wonder if that works with Gwaine. If Gwaine does this thing, it's interesting. Whoops, I just double taunted with both Georges. Well, you know. I'm sure they'll both die in one turn, right? Ziggurat got an NP buff, it's just the generic damage boost, and then he also drains the enemy's NP by 1, which is alright, but it's not really that great of a buff, to be honest. His NP damage is still light years behind his competition, so they're gonna need to buff him again, I think. I should really go in slow-mo so I can tell what the fuck is happening in the animations, but George is still alive, so... I'm kind of curious if they put more effort into her than the last welfare, because dear god, the last welfare was so lazy with the animations. This definitely looks like they're putting in more effort. These are some weird attacks. Now, as much as I want to just NP now, I should not, because that would be incredibly unmeta, and I don't want to lose this stage. Turn up my sound a little bit. I haven't really seen, the only summer center I've seen is the Kiara they make you use to start. $23 stars, not too bad. Hey, Vol. Alright, let's see what they did with DNP. I don't even know if she's AoE or single target. God, I don't need you telling me. Like how Chad just cannot. Someone always has to blurt shit out. Like, Jesus. So they didn't put much effort in that NP. She had like 2 frames of animation there, but that's fucking better than the last one. Oh, silly. Thank you for the sub. I didn't see that. My bad. Thank you, dude. That's weird. I don't think my sub sounds are working for me right now. Huh, she's a taunt. 1 turn. Interesting. See what her MP gain rate is like. Not too bad. Got a crit, but still, that was pretty good. I mean, Taunt's good even if you don't have defensive abilities. Taunt is always a super good option to have, and you can always give them a defensive with your Mystic Code. Like, if the enemy has a single target NP, knowing where it's going is really important. It also means you get guaranteed NP gain, and she does have guts. So I'm pretty sure that skill was targeted, so you could give it to somebody else. I think going by what I'm looking at the wiki right now. Going by what the wiki's saying, it sounds like you pick who to give the NP battery to, but the taunt is always on her. But the wiki may be wrong. The way it's worded is kind of weird. It's a 300% taunt though, so that's bigger than George's. She seems pretty good. Looking at her third skill, it's just quick up for 3 turns, crit up. Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually increased the party's crit up for 3 turns, increase her quick up 20%. That's pretty good. Like, she's pretty straightforward. She's just a pretty hard-hitting single target, you know, Lancer, and then has some battery, so you can NP very easily with her. And it looks like if you do have like sunlight or water, she'll have really good gain rate. So she's kind of loopy, pretty good nuker, has damage up, has some survivability with guts. Nothing too crazy though. Oh, I see, she does a bonus damage to males though, quite a bit with her NP. Yeah, I mean, she's fine. Yeah, I figure if you were fighting like a male archer, I mean, she'll fuck him up pretty easy. I don't think she's like groundbreaking. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, she's better than 5 stars, like not at all, but that's decent. Hey, TF with the Twitch Prime for 30 months. Jesus, thank you, man. What's up? Oh, Cairo got Kiara. Lol. How long did it take chat to get that to work out? Yeah, her guts lasts 5 turns, and it's a 6-turn cooldown, so you could do the whole coup thing and cast it really early, and then have it come back. Like, pretty solid. Honestly, if she had a evade or an invulnerability combined with this kit, that would be with the way her guts is, that'd be fucking crazy strong. But she's good, but I don't think she's too groundbreaking. But if you're like a newer account and you need a good Lancer, she'll definitely be handy. Oh yeah, Kiara's in, sometimes shows up in Hans' animations, I know. It's funny, the one attack, I think he says he's trying to like summon, like he summons like the Ice Princess, the Fire Princess and stuff, and he calls one of those, and Kiara shows up instead, and I'm pretty sure he tells her to fuck off, basically. It's like, not you. Showing up uninvited. Alright, let's see. Not caught up on the main story here. I'm just glad they put more effort into her animations than the last Welfare. They didn't put like loads of effort in there, but it's definitely better. Her NP was pretty lazy though. Let's see, so what did they add? We got Brunhilde, Kiara, and fucking Ilya. Let's see if we can show any of those off. Oh, here we got, she's gonna, I guess gonna be, it's Awawa. I guess she's gonna be in the part 2 banner. I guess we'll show her off because we probably won't have the opportunity to use her later until part 2, and then we'll show off, Brunhilde there, who I wish was a Saber, not a Berserker, but what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, so the data mined adult Hans, which that's something that was confirmed ever since Fate Extra. Like his default self is just adult Hans. That's just how he always is. But just because it's CCC nonsense, he's you know, looks like a kid. But so the data mined a story sprite, like a, you know, the visual novel bits sprite, and he has a decent amount of expressions and stuff. Not so many though that I would be convinced that he's going to be playable or a new servant or a costume or anything. Because I mean, I think Zeus and Demeter, Aphrodite, I think all of them had more expressions even than this adult Hans has, and they're still not playable. So Jesus, nameless egg for the 500 bits. This year's summer event on JP looks pretty good. I've hardly touched it, so I'm not sure, but we'll see. A lot of free stuff though, I'll take that. But yeah, if that Hans is a thing, I suspect it would be a costume or something. I just don't see them adding a male... I don't see them adding a male summer servant. Like, I mean, I wouldn't complain if they did, but I don't know, we'll see. Like, they put a decent amount of effort into story sprites before and not made them playable, so... I think I can link it. Let me, Cairo sent it to me when I woke up. There we go. Yeah, it's like, that's a decent amount of expressions, and like a lot of the older servants actually have less than that, but it's not enough that it'd be like, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be playable, or a costume or something. It might not be. I hope it is. Yeah, I've seen Kiara's stages. Does she have different animations in her other stages? Because isn't she a 5-star? I just double taunted again. Yeah, it's funny. I thought Kiara was a 4-star just by her animations that you get in the the preview battle where they make you use her. But yeah, then I saw that she was actually a 5-star. I thought, so I was like, what the fuck? Okay, my taunts are not gonna die anytime soon. I mean, it just depends on, I guess, what it made Hans, you know, like in-game stuff look like. Honestly, I think he's not going to be playable. I hate to say that. I want him to be playable, but I just don't see it, because it's like, if he was a costume, that's way too much work, because he, you know, he's going to be much taller and everything, so they have to redo all of his attack animations. They're just not going to do that. They're not going to make a costume literally a whole new character for a bronze unit that they can't monetize. They're just not going to do that. The only hope I really see for him being playable is if he's a new unit, so then they could, you know, put him in the Gasha or something. But I just don't think he has enough expressions for that. Now, sometimes when you data mine stuff, there's other expressions and stuff, and they're just not in the game yet or whatever. So I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But like, his expressions there are pretty bare bones. He doesn't have a lot of like really basic ones you would think that they would give a playable person. So I have a feeling he's going to be story only, which is ungodly disappointing. But maybe they'll add him later. They've done that several times. So they'll show a character off in the main story or in an event, and they only show up in the story bits, and then you know later, then they're playable. I haven't looked at the other Summer Servants toolkits. I'll do that later in the stream here. I looked at Kiara's, but that was it. I feel like Kiara would be way better if she wasn't a Moon Cancer. Like, she'll be, you know, really good at, you know, when you do need a Moon Cancer, but because she's not counterclassing very often, I feel like she's kind of meh. If I wanted to know somebody's skills, I would ask. That was a really lame stage for showing her off because I couldn't kill my taunt walls. Okay, we get another one. Hey, it's landling. Nice. Sigurd got just a generic NP buff, and then he drains the enemy. Oh, look, it's Phantom. He drains the enemy's NP by 1. It's like, it's a good buff, but he needs way more than that. Guys, so this means we're gonna get Summer Phantom, right? So she is a, I'm guessing 4-star? Yeah, she's 4-star. God, she's got the NP that has like a chance to drain. I hate those so much because they can screw you over with like, if the enemy's about to NP and you need to use a defensive or not use a defensive, but because the drain's not reliable, you don't, it's like, I fucking hate those, man. That's actually one of my least favorite things in this game because it makes one of your things that's supposed to be a positive oftentimes a negative. She has so much art resist down though, what the fuck? At least she has a guaranteed NP seal, so we can do that. She has a lot of damage up though with all of her defense downs. God, they're making you fight your counter class. That's kind of rough. Holy shit, Phantom, please. So I think she'll be able to loop her NP pretty easily. She has double art resist down and art NP, so. And then she gets 20% battery every turn. Like, it should be super easy for her to loop her NP. Single target though, I think. That's a weird NP. Yeah, that's totally what I expected. He came back with full health, and he still has guts. I think we're going to need some teammates. Never mind, he ran away. I guess you're going to fight him throughout the story. That was not the NP I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. Phantom doing things. Did Amy just shoot Phantom in the face? He self-destruct? Was he trying to take Landling out with him? What the fuck? He has guts though, so he's probably not dead. It looks like he got like shot in the face. So I'm guessing it's like typical summer stuff in the day and then spooky shit at night. Maybe we have a choice that they don't let you skip. Oh man, now we can't use Brynhilder. Alright, we'll check out Emia's costume. Hey! Chat! Look at this shit! This Emia did his interludes! What a guy! He did all of his interludes. He even did the recent one. He's got the double buff on his third skill. He's got his buff for his second skill. He's got his NP buff, and he's wearing a fucking craft essence. Look, it's an actual unit. DW finally figured out it's okay to make store supports like normal. Uber Geronimo, indeed. I don't think he was FO'd. I don't think he was FO'd. So yeah, there's still that. I think his stats are white. You can tell if they're FO'd because their stats are yellow. So I think they were. I'm pretty sure they were white there. I didn't think to look at that though. He has 3 million health. Man, Phantom is not fucking around in this event, dude. He's had enough of this shit. Not a very good opening hand. Kind of cool is just like total casual Limia. It's kind of funny. I wish I had my NP right now. Oh my god. Was not expecting that. Oh, thanks for the host, man. Okay, let's see what we got here. Dude, that skill animation, what the hell, man? Well, they put more effort into this than they did for, you know, maybe I should have gone Buster, gone for that 40% Buster crit, but, anyway, they put more effort into this costume than Siegfried's last year, at least. I think they could make Unlimited Blade Works look better. I think overall, Emiya looks fine, and his attack animations are fine, but I do think they could have done better with his NP. Like, I honestly think his old NP was kind of better in terms of design anyway. Not so much in like fidelity, but Alright, well, we get another attack down. There's really no point in going for the big boy crit because you don't really do anything to Phantom here, so... But yeah, attack down means I don't die as quickly. Look at that damage. I wonder how long you have to last. If he does another NP, we're in trouble. Yeah, why can't our Phantom do this shit? Did you just say fish? So I think the AI had 888 skills. I'm gonna be sad if our evade is 1 turn off cooldown and we die. Because that means if it was 10, we'd be fine. Huh. Oh, I see. It became daytime, right? So he, like, I guess he's only that strong at night. That's kind of cool. A shame I didn't save my NP because then I could kill all 3 of them right now. Now I might actually die to his lackeys here. Boy, wouldn't that be sad? Oh, good. Okay, we're fine. Dude, that would be so cool if you had Gwaine and you use his sun buff and just instantly ended. I would have. The thing is, I doubt they would have even thought of that. Like, I doubt they would have, thought to put that in. But honestly, if I was making that stage, I absolutely would do that. That would so be worth it. That would be so cool if you had someone that could cast Sunlight and just ends. That'd be so cool. It's not like that stage matters that much, right? Like, it's kind of a, whatever stage. That was actually fun, though. That'd be fairly meta there, or we would have died. I wonder if they'll do that kind of gimmick in the challenge quest or something. Alright, I think we gotta kill boars or something. Alright, we have to get the event CE. Forgot about that. Oh, they make the costumes easy to get. No, I'm not spinning it. Why would it? I'm not even getting into this. Like, of course I'm not using SQ on this. Jesus. Okay, crabs. Actually, I think we gotta kill crabs. I think we already killed the boars. Alright, let's see if we can show up Brunhilde. Haven't seen her yet. Before she dies. Like, Brunhilde's kind of cool. I don't mind Brunhilde, but at most I would just throw summon tickets at it, right? It is cool that she gets a more normal looking Ascension there. But I'm not fucking using it. Does this look like Lost Spell 6 to you? Actually, I don't even know how many summon tickets I have right now. But I'll throw summon tickets at whatever. I just haven't really bothered using them in a while. Alright, let me check out her skills. Also, George, could you, like, you know, die? Probably should not have done as much damage as I did there. Alright, she gets evasion for 2 attacks for 3 turns. Comes with damage cut. Not a very big one though. She's a berserker, so damage cut's kind of meh. But that's decent survivability. Only a 5-turn cooldown. It's NP every turn, 20% every turn for 3 turns. So kind of like Penth. Also makes stars instead of having the debuff immunity. And then she gets Art and Buster up, and then she gets even more. She gives Art and Buster to people that have Brunhilde's Beloved. That's kind of funny. That's a pretty straightforward kit, but it's pretty good. Please tell me she's single target. Nope, she's AoE. Fuck, I'd have been so much happier with this if she had been single target. But she's pretty good. Her NP comes with Pierce and Vulnerability, and then she always gives herself a 20% Buster up. So she kind of has an upgraded NP without having an upgraded NP, and then she has her own self-damage skill. So decently hard-hitting AoE Berserker, gets her NP fairly easily, has an okay amount of survivability, nothing crazy. That's pretty good. That's a nice standard, just decent AoE Berserker. That's quite nice. Not OP, but totally fine. Yeah, I might throw summon tickets at her, but I wouldn't do that until she was a solo raid up, because I don't want any other stupid shit. But, yeah, I'm not touching my SQ. I'd say she's pretty much just a DPS, and on this side, if you happen to be using Brunhilde's Beloved, then she's got some extra support in there. But she's kind of like a more niche Penth with an AoE. And make some stars and stuff, so. Also, you could use her with Penth, and that would be good. Shane, fucking George with 45 health. That's a cool animation. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Definitely the only servant on this banner that I give a flying fuck about. I probably should have cast her second skill last turn, but kind of too late now. Alright, let's see what the triple buster looks like. Pretty straightforward. That's really all you want out of. Okay, that looks awesome. That's kind of all you want out of a two-handed sword, so good enough. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Damage cut helping out, but these enemies are like giant wusses, so it doesn't exactly count. I'm guessing she has 2 quick animations, 2 art animations, so it'll take a sec to see all that. Wow, these are pretty cool animations. Her evade's not as good as Protection from Arrows. It's only 2 hits, and it only can last up to 3 turns. But it's still good, and it's a short cooldown. Hey, Genical, thank you for the 14-month resub, man. Alright, let's see if she's got an initiation attack version for the quick. Wow, no, she doesn't. She just does it from farther away. That's lame. Hopefully she at least gets a different one for art. No, I bet you she doesn't. Probably just that right there. That's kind of lazy. That's pretty fucking late. Like, man, so many units get, you know, 2 versions of their art and quick, for one if they're close and one if they're far. I'm surprised she didn't get one. It's like a chainsaw sword. Alright, let's see the NP. You know, that feels pretty bad for Rama, by the way. Because, like, they're not supposed to be able to meet and all that, right? Like, they got the curse and shit. But they get to do that anyway. And then Rama's just like, this is bullshit. Feels bad, man. That's a really cool MP, though. I think that's Zigguard's summer costume, I think. Go away, Kiara. Oh, it's time gated. We just got slapped in the face right there. Feels bad. Let's see. I guess we have missions for all of these. Yeah, we do. Barely any for the dragons. I think the only dragon one's for killing giant enemies, so. It's not like this stage is going to be able to drop Lancer gems or anything. Alright, let's see. What's the... I guess we could show off Kiara, though I'm not sure anyone on my friends list actually has her. No. Am I the only one? I'm curious, because I haven't seen. I only use Kiara for the stage they force you to use her in. Does she have different NP animations based on her stage? Because the NP animation from, I guess it's her stage 1, was so lazy. Like, holy crap, that was... Yeah, I figured there had to be other NP animations, because that was so fucking lazy. Just for stage 3. Well, there's a Kiara, but I can't see the NP with that one, so let me see if I got an invite from anybody that has it. Fucking moon cancer. 1200 Jason, indeed. Not gonna lie, Chad, I don't care. I have Kiara and all. Okay, we'll get lost. I'm not gonna lie, though. I'm not gonna be crying if we don't use Kiara. Don't. Oh, hey, there's Ari already with the costume. I'll check that out in a second. I want to see that. Yeah, Zigguard drains NP and it's guaranteed. Hey, next with the 27-month resub. Thanks, guys. Jesus. See, I get the vibe that this version of Kiara is just kind of focusing on her obsession with the Little Mermaid. I'm guessing that's the thick, nice hand, by the way. But Jesus, next. Thank you, dude. That's kind of a... What? That was... both those animations, I just... What? Let's see the NP game. Not gonna lie, I like the attack animations more in the other stage that they made you use. She's got one of the wackiest skills though. Like her first skill, the longer it's up, it basically will power up the other skills and give them, make them stronger. Like she teleports forward, can't be bothered to walk or even float. Yeah, her third skill is pretty strong if you power it up. Guys, you didn't kill Leonidas. I'll give him one more shot here. Alright, let's see what you got. That is like so boring. You blew bubbles. Wow. I'm not impressed. Like I'm not impressed. That was really boring. I was expecting like an explosion or like, you know, like some portal nonsense. Like before that would like I feel like Kiara's losing her edge here, man. That was pretty bad. The sound effects on that extra attack are pretty funny though, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could like not kill this guy so I could power this up more, but I can't, so. Yeah, she does more damage, I'm pretty sure, with her NP based on like how many mental debuffs you have, so I figure you can get pretty good damage out of it, but because she's not counterclassing most of the time, it's kind of limited. Do we know who the 5-star of the next banner is? Abby? I don't know. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not her because now, I mean, if it's been data mined or something, then it is what it is. But because she already has a 5-star, normally if you already have a 5-star and you get a summer version, they normally will make it a 4-star and vice versa. But that's not universal at all because then you got Kiara here who's double 5-star and stuff. But if it was data mined, then it's Abby. So that's pretty boring. I haven't looked at Ilya yet. I guess we'll do that just for the sake of completion. It does kind of annoy me that, man, they've been really bad about this lately, where like the only thing they put effort into is the 5-stars, man. Like they've been getting really lazy with the animations for everything else. There's a few exceptions here and there, but I really wish they'd step up their game, man. Oh, I'll check out the second stage if we have it. Actually, we might not be in that stage yet. I want to see if those attacks are any different. All right, I don't even know what class is Ilya. I don't even know. I haven't looked at her at all yet. Hans's animations are pretty good. His NP looks so much better. She's an archer. Okay, this is not the stage for that then. No. We'll go. Fuck it. We'll do this one. All right. Let's see if anyone actually has her though. Yep, there is always somebody. But yeah, Hans's new NP animation is like really good. I like how if you have him in 3rd stage, he gets the screens from his 4th stage art. That's a pretty cool touch. He's definitely one of the low star animation updates they put more effort into. Like, yeah, they didn't put like, you know, loads of effort into it, but they definitely put more in it than than normal. This looks so stupid. Alright, let's see. She gets increased own quick performance for 3 turns, 20%. Increased star absorption for quick cards for 1 turn. Increased critical damage for 1 turn. So really easy to get quick crits there. Big crit, really big crit buff, but it's only 1 turn. Increase the attack of children servants. Okay, we need the FBI now. Okay. But yeah, she increases the kids' attack for 3 turns, 20%. And increases own NP generation rate for 3 turns, 30%. Grant self invulnerability for 1 attack, 3 turns. Lasts forever though. That's kind of nice. Actually, I guess we cast that now then. They really did not need a children tag in this game. I'm now worried. Alright, and then third skill, charges own NP gauge, 30%, increase on critical damage for 1 turn. So she gets 150% critical for 1 turn. 7% chance to recover 500 HP every turn for 5 turns. Best things. So even if you give her the command code, it's be 90%. Their NP is ignore evasion, deals damage to all enemies, so it's AoE, and then she increases all of her card types by 10%, and then more if you overcharge. So almost like an upgraded NP. Not quite. But then with her own quick up, she's just okay damage. It's an okay kit. Nothing phenomenal about this. It's very straightforward. And her invulnerability only being 1 hit is just super limited, but at least it can block an NP for you. So yeah, it's okay. Wait, does only first stage comma count? Because that's kind of funny. It would be technically more meta to be in stage 1 then. It only works on stage 1. That's really funny. And yes, Kiyohime is 12. I don't know why so many people don't know that. Like, in real life, her most of these legends, they don't say what her age is, and then in A legend, they say she's 12, and in FGO, they say she's 12, so. Stage 1 book doesn't count? That's amazing. I'm actually glad you put in that effort. That's amazing. Book for life, by the way. I'm legitimately surprised that they thought of that. Like they often, you know, have oversights to those kinds of things. So. I mean, of course the book doesn't count because it's a book. Like if she's in stage 2 or 3, it counts. But if she's stage 1 and she is literally a book, why would that count? Like, sir, that is a book, not a child. Like, imagine going to a library and, like, grabbing a random book, going up to the librarian and being like, is this a child? Right? It's like... I think they're just gonna look at you like you're crazy. I mean, Shootin', we've always known, is not technically a child, but she is drawn like she is a child, which is rather obvious. I don't understand what these animations are, but okay. See, I always see people say Shootin' is based off her VA, but I've seen what her VA looks like, and you can easily tell that that is an adult. Like, the only thing that's really in common there is, like, the hair. And I'm not surprised if they did, you know, base it off her, but it doesn't change the fact that they're absolutely drawing her like she's a child. Where, in real life, I always see people use this as an excuse, like, oh yeah, some adults still look like they're kids. That's not a thing. Like, that's not... Every time people say that, and you see, like, what they're talking about, I'm like, that is blatantly an adult. This is just like water hose the servant. It shoots rainbow puke. The thing is, there's a huge difference between being mistaken for like maybe, you know, an 18-year-old or something versus being mistaken for someone that's like 10. You know, it's like a really big difference there. Like, some people definitely look young for their age, but they don't look like children, right? So you can have someone that looks young for their age and be short, but they're still not going to look like a child. Like, that's just not a thing. I mean, anime characters don't look like real people in the first place, but she is absolutely drawn like an anime child. Just very sexualized because, of course. People always say this crap. I've heard these arguments so many times, man. I find them very lacking. And the fact that people try so hard is just disturbing to me. I've heard so many people like, oh yeah, I looked like I was so young until I was so old, and then when you actually see them, like when they were younger, it's like, no, you didn't. You look young for your age, absolutely. But that does not mean you actually look like a fucking child. Also, that NPM animation, what the fuck? I should have cast my second skill a while ago, but not exactly paying attention. Alright, let's see what MP gain we can get here. I'd imagine a lot, because we have guaranteed crits. Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, then you get the charge at the end. Yeah, she'll have a pretty easy time looping. And now I'll never use that character again. Alright, let's see. I might even go to my ult account and just not waste apples. It's not bad to farm right now, but I'm sure the stages later will be way better. There's a decent amount of missions you can get done now, though. I have a feeling we're supposed to bring you for stuff. Probably need to bring her a bunch of times to get her bond up. We'll probably start working on that. But yeah, I'll jump on the ult account real quick, just because I need to play that anyway. Oh god, I need to play this on the new account. Oh god. Hopefully this is not going to be a hard event to clear. I did the introduction stuff, but I still haven't done like the Phantom stuff. I guess we'll do that other thing, because you could click that other story thing, so we'll... What did I pick? The top one, I think? Yeah, I think I picked the top one, so if so, I'll pick the bottom one on this one. Alright, I think we gotta kill, Boars. Oh yeah, do I have Airy on this account? I'd like to see Landling's costume. I might not. Alright, we'll check out the other costume for Kiara. Dude, I am way past college age. Bruh. So I think a few of the animations are different, but most of these animations are the same as stage 1. It looks like a few of them are different. Could y'all like attack, you know, kill the taunt? Damn it. Yeah, I think our art attacks are different, so that looks like that's it. I like how I've literally said my age multiple times, and then people are always saying insanely weird things about my age. It's actually kind of funny, but you know. Happy 12th birthday, Green. Thanks, Beastly. I was gonna just start spewing out like stereotypical 12-year-old things, but I don't know any, to be honest, so I got nothing. I don't know, yay cake. That's all I got. But yeah, her stage 1 and 2 animations are way better than stage 3. Like, you actually hit things. Imagine them actually attacking George. That'd be swell. Is she supposed to be a lifeguard? I don't even know. Could you all seriously just hit George once? Like, I'm literally taunting again. Good God, why was that such a pain? Let's see if I can not kill it again. Yeah, there we go. His NP did not kill Leonidas. Oh my God. Alright, we'll just NP this guy. Casually flying. Level 9 mobs indeed. Bit weak. Somehow I actually like this better than the other one. Which when I first saw that, I'm like, that was so boring. I'm like, that's why I thought she was a 4-star. But the other one's even like, yeah, they've made the custom sprite, but who gives a crap? Yeah, we used you at the start. We'll use her again in a minute, though. I think I have to bring her a bunch anyway. She really likes bubbles. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's like very straightforward. It's all you really need out of a boss killer, though. I mean, some survivability, damage up, decent NP. So I mean, she's definitely good. I don't think she's better than like a lot of her competition, to be honest. Like, I don't think she's better than like even a level 70 coup, really. But assuming the coup's maxed. Although I think that's going to be the case for most, if not all, 4-star Lancers right now, aside from like AoE ones that are like looping and that kind of shit. Fucking Omega 3rd skill. That's really weird that they have her back up and do the ranged version of the Buster. They should have given her a 3rd animation. They used to do that stuff all the time, but they just like look for ways to use the ranged version now. For the second one, it really sucks. Yeah, I don't think they're running out of money, but a little lazy. Yeah, there's a lot of welfare lancers now. I don't think they should pick welfares though based on like what class. Like they should pick, you know, like what class makes sense for that character, right? Not worry about it. There's enough welfares for everything now that you should just make what's, you know, valid. Yeah, they do need to give out Lancer gems though. It's getting pretty silly. Alright, that's enough freaking Kiara. Alright, we can do the story now. Let's check out that other stage. That Phantom fight was cool though. It wasn't hard or anything, but it was certainly neat. Well, Kiara's a bonus servant. Brah. That's not the damage you'll actually be getting. I swear this happens every time there's bonus servants. People are like, oh my god, look how much damage they do. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's event bonus. Remember when Awawa got added? I think that was the thing. Everyone's an archer, obviously. The thing is, if we check if Gwaine forces Sun, we have to do the other stage. We'll do that. Okay, I tell you what, Lots. We'll do that on the newbie account. We'll pick Phantom again. We'll do the top option again, and then we'll bring Gwaine. Wait, I don't know if I can bring Gwaine on that one though. Shit. Okay, I think what we have to do is we have to do Phantom again on this account, and then bring Gwaine. Because I don't think they let you pick any sport you want. And then on the newbie account, we'll pick the other option. That kind of sucks. You have to do the same thing twice in a row, but I mean, there is no way they're gonna have Gwain's buff work. I just don't think they thought of that. But that would be amazing if they did. Wait, can I cancel out of the stage afterwards and then select again? I think I can. So if we can do that, I can do both on this account. Yeah, I can close the app or just leave the stage, that kind of thing. So. Yeah, Yu's gonna be a good nuker in general, but against males she'll do really well. But still, her survivability is a bit limited, and her damage up abilities are a bit limited. But she's fine. Do we got any landlings? I don't think so. I'm sad. No Aerie. I think Aerie might not have just been online in a while, and that's why. All these Zigguards and no Zigguard costume either. And I say that, and I have Zigguard, and I don't have Zigguard's costume yet. We'll mess around with Brunhilde again. Brunhilde or whatever the hell. I just wish they'd given her 2 art animations and 2 quick animations, so it's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I would have preferred that she was a Saber, but she's still cool. Like, definitely the only summer servant out of this lot that I like so far. Why do you have to give my taunts defense up game? Yeah, she'd have been a lot more usable if she was a Saber. So the stuff I do anyway. George is taking 0 damage. Send help. Chat, like, no one could fail this stage. Like, there's no way. Like, even if you were a brand new account, fresh out of Fuyuki, I mean, they're doing no damage to a level 1. I mean, it's like, what do you want from me, game? Taunt is basically aggro. But aside from that, it's random. Every once in a while, for certain bosses, we'll have things like they'll always attack us the most health, or they'll always attack females, or they'll always attack males, or things like that. But generally, taunt is how you manipulate who gets attacked. Is this the first, like, double person thing they've done like this in an NP? Well, yeah, there's Jason's. I'm not sure that's not really like a duo NP. That's everyone's shitting on Jason basically. It's not really what I mean, chat. I don't. Twins don't count either because they're always. I mean, like with someone else that's not part of the unit shows up like that, right? Because like with the Yuri pirates, they're supposed to both be there. They're just not because DW's lazy, and with the twins, they're both there all the time, obviously. And then even with Jason, you know, those other units show up in his attacks and stuff. I think that's like the first NP I can think of where like it's not like because with the Yuri pirates, the other one doesn't exist in another unit. You know, they're both in both units. Where Zigguard is his own unit on his own, right? And when Morty, Blossom or some shit, I can never say this, but thank you for the 5-month sub. I guess Jason would be the closest though, because all those units in Jason's NP and his other attacks and stuff are other units in their own right. Yeah, Super Orion kind of, but again, that's not really like because they're together just as that other unit anyway, right? Like, Sigurd is completely his own unit and does not show up in any of Brunhilde's animations, you know, for anything else. And she doesn't show up in his or anything, you know, with like regular, because like Artemis is actually just, you know, regular Orion, right? So it's not quite the same. That's closer though, definitely. Oh yeah, doesn't it? I forgot Ibaraki can show up in caster shootings in PA. I used her like twice ever, right? So I only vaguely remember the NP animation. But that would count too. Diavol. Okay, we gotta use Landling here. I guess this is the first fight with Phantom. I mean, if we see Sigurd's costume, we'll definitely check it out. I can always get it though. I have Sigurd, and I'm capable of getting the costume, so we'll get it like that eventually. Landling comes with evade here. I don't remember if we had that when we did Awawa. It's the CE. Yeah, I didn't look if they had different CEs or not. He takes off his glasses for his extra attack. Which is weird though, because he's not wearing glasses, like, for everything else. So I guess he just puts glasses on and takes them off. Feels Tristan, man. I did that backwards. Oh my god, that cut-in. Oh my god. Oh my god. This costume is amazing. I'm so using this costume on my Landling. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm surprised they actually put in that effort. I'm super surprised they put in that effort. That is so good. I wish Ari was here so bad. I did not think... I did not think that they would put in that effort, dude. That is so good. This is definitely the best costume of the lot. Let's go slow-mo here. Dude, so good. It's so good. Ari must be so happy. We'll use him again later and see if we can get the other one. Yeah, don't worry, we'll use him more. I mean, we'll probably end up using this Landling plenty, because I have a feeling Ari is going to have this costume on, so... It's Gwen time. Yeah, I wish they'd just have him wearing the glasses by default. That would work even better, but I'll take it. Well, Phantom's not gone yet. Is that salami? I'm pretty sure that's pepperoni and salami. What the hell? She almost looks normal there. Like, she almost looks normal there. Dude, she is like the absolute and most insane character in this fucking game. Like, just full-on insanity, man. Yeah, Medea kind of has a CE because she's got the promotional one, but that doesn't really count. She doesn't have like a proper CE yet. And we always call her Salami. Where the fuck have you been? Alright. So, we need to do the top one again and then cancel and do the bottom one. Alright. Yeah, see, this is why I couldn't do it in my ult. Because, I guess we'll just do that. Because my ult doesn't have Gwen, and you can't summon somebody else, so. Yeah, it's still not FO'd. I just like how that Calamity Jane CE, she gets a fucking cowboy hat. It's so bullshit, because then her actual playable version does not have a cowboy hat. It's just this fucking game, dude. Alright. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Dude, oh my god. I could not give them enough credit if they had had that actually work. If they had had that just suddenly change the background to daytime and that ends it. That would have been just so good. They blew it, chat. Alright, let's check the other option. The thing is, like, they thought of things like the book not being a child and stuff because that's something that's permanent in the game. This is just like a one-off stage and stuff, so I'm honestly not surprised they didn't think of it. But honestly, that would have been so great if they had done that. Alright, bottom option this time. This is probably the easier option because they're all like what? The other option, everyone was like, are you nuts? Okay, you have to, Zilia. Yikes. No, it's only you. Yeah, this version looks like it's just easier. Like, whatever your plan is, it's just like, this one's just easier. He doesn't have guts, he's got stat down. The other stage is actually fun because you had to be meta, at least about your survivability, with Emiya to actually win. Where this one looks like it's kind of just a joke battle. I'm guessing you have to kill all enemies though, because the other one had 99 henchmen, this one's only got 9 or 8, because he counts as one. Although if you kill Phantom, I wonder if that ends it. Kind of wasting the crits here, but quick up though. If only there was an enemy for me to hit there. Yeah, this one you have to actually kill the fodder. Other one's definitely harder though. There's a cooldown on Sanson, you can't spam it. This music is so unfitting. Alright, easy enough. I'm surprised the time gate was so early though. Hero proofs though. Get more of those. And you know, Golem cores for my ult account. Alright. See if we can get another landling in here. Looking like a negative. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna slap him on a team though, that way I can... The hell is that team anyway? So I can get you. I think you gotta get U's Bond up for a mission later, most likely. If it's anything like past events. Where the hell is she? Should have leveled her. God damn it, game. What do I need Bond with on this account? Really just, I think, Achilles. I don't think I really need it for anyone else. It'd be nice to have it on, like, I don't know, Hans or Caesar, but I have a feeling Caesar's not even close to getting Bond 10. Besides, I'd rather have Caesar Bond 10 on my main than my ult. Mozart Bond 10 on this account? I don't think he is. That's always a sensible one. Alright, well we're mainly here to use landlings in P, so I don't need to bring K-Scope or anything. I need to clean out some of these promotional CEs. They are worthless. Wrong Mystico, but whatever. I don't know why I have Orchard Joan of Arc, to be honest. You're probably GSSR or something. I'm a magnet for 5 stars I don't care about. Man, that was pretty extreme, him doing his normal attack into his crit like that. It's like that's more animation quality than you expect out of a trash mob, especially a crab. Can you imagine if like Achilles was like, you know, making fun of a random crab or something, just being a cocky jackass, and it does that to him? Just fucking body slams him. Like it fucking grabs him by the heel and like slams into the ground. Atalante just laughing at him. I'm truly surprised that they did. Not only did they make that custom animation, but they made a second one. By the way, Achilles doesn't die if something hits his heel. He just loses his Divinity Shield thing, and then his Comet form becomes 70% slower. Alright, we can now end the crabs because we have seen the smile. I should have reversed that order and I probably could have killed them both. Never mind, we'll kill them both anyway. By the way, I checked on my ult, the Bunyan event is 5 rare prisms. That's insane that they want 5 rare prisms for fucking Bunyan. I mean, I know they give out rare prisms like from events and stuff now, so if you play long enough, it's not too hard, but I would have made it cost 1, because I mean, she's a bronze. Now, you don't need to buy the copies of her, you get them from it. Like, you get them from the stages. So it's just 5 and you're done. Still, though. Like, you know, once you've been playing this game for a while, you'll have plenty of rare prisms just sitting around, even if you're free to play. Like, especially once you start getting reruns. When you, like, get a summer rerun, you know, the welfare will give you a rare prism each copy, the command codes will give you a rare prism instead, stuff like that. So you can really stock up on rare prisms, and they give out free rare prisms here and there on top of that. So in the long run, it's not that big of a deal, but... hopefully we get the Kentucky one eventually. I think they did that one because that one took no work. Like, they actually had to put a little bit of work into the CCC one. Not much, but some. By the way, my new account, because I'm on Guadia and I'm just like leaving it there, and I'm not gonna like kill Guadia for real for a little while. We can't use Mash in this event. Like, she's still dead for us. Like, when Mash dies, you're not allowed to use her for anything. It's not just Solomon. You just can't use Mash because, you know, she's dead. Which makes this, but it's weird because you're allowed to play this event and Mash is alive in the event, but then you can't use her and stuff. It's really weird. Alright, this should be really easy. I'll jump on the new account in a second. I figured just use our AP, then switch over. The crabs killed her, yeah, obviously. I don't think all these buffs are necessary, but I'm gonna cast them anyway. Really need that quick up, you know. Yeah, Gil's got one of the best sprites in the game in terms of like quality. I will say, thankfully, the CE in this event is a really nice alternative to Golden Carp. Not Golden Sumo, but it is like you need a Star Bomb CE. It's quite nice. So that's good. So if you're new to the game and you don't have a Star Bomb CE like Golden Carp or whatever, then yeah, I get that. And yeah, the Kentucky one. What was the other Kentucky one? It's I know it's Golden Sumo, and I always think it's Carp, but it's not. It's something else. I don't remember what the other one was. Because wasn't Golden Sumo the individual damage up, but then there was a team-wide damage up? Oh, I think it was it the that like the hot spring one or whatever that makes a few stars. Yeah, it's like makes like 4 stars per turn, and you get crit up or something like that. And that was the team-wide one, I think. Ox King is Go West. I remember that one because Ox King is awesome, but Go West is so fucking terrible. I didn't want to do it on most of my accounts. Let's get a random slow-mo Aya in here. Gotta avenge Achilles, you know. Couple of quests got done there, or progress anyway. Alright, we'll jump on the newbie account and see what this nonsense is like. I played it a little bit earlier, so we don't have to do like the intro stuff at least. Yeah, until the time gates are done, there's really no reason for me to blow my apples. I'll probably use some of my on this account just because, I mean, like, brah. It's gonna be kind of hard to use all these apples, so I might as well be frivolous with them. But like on the new account, dear God, I don't want to waste any. I've only got like 60 over there or less or something. Oh yeah, I don't have my new account on this phone, so I gotta set all that up. Give me a moment. Brace for Windows 10 sounds. Let me guess. I haven't looked, but let me guess. Ilya gets a solo raid up before Brynhildr does. It's gotta be that way. Cannot have nice things. Yep, yeah, I figured. Alright. Actually, I'm avoiding most of the Windows 10 sounds. I didn't want to wait. That's how they get you though, because they know people don't want to wait. That's why they always do the dual rate ups first and shit like that. Gotta get that whale money, man. No, I might throw summon tickets at Brunhilde, but no, I'm not gonna like use my SQ and stuff. Like, no way. Like, Jesus, does this look like Sir K to you? Yes, yeah, totally. Okay, so we still gotta kill the boars. We gotta do the stage once. I guess this account needs to bring you as well for the mission and stuff. Oh god, this account needs to level so many things, and we're gonna have to use XP on you because there's probably a mission later where you have to like ascend her a certain amount of times. I want that bonus CE, why not? Do I not have the event CE? Huh. Well, they gave you a 3-star one, maybe that's later. Alright, who needs bond on this account? I guess Ushi, that's about it. And Ushi doesn't really need it, it's just, hey, if I can get bond 6 before Guadia, I might as well. By the way, while we're here, we can actually fight Guadia whenever we want. Not right now though, I don't want to use the AP, but in the future. I want to see how my Achilles and 100 Fates do. AK has an official design, but it's only his top half. And they can always do him like earlier or later in life if they want to change his design for whatever reason. Yeah, you get bonus damage and the whole singularity based on your bond, not just Guadia. I mean, he probably hasn't gotten to Guadia yet. It's not too big of a deal though. The whole singularity is pretty doable. If you just like bond 5 and 6 and stuff, if you know do it well, you don't really need to be bond 10 or anything. I mean, hell, you can do a pretty simple setup to beat Guadia with bond 5. It's like Hans and Mysterios, Ushi. You know, I want to try Canis against Guadia. There's so few knight classes that can do it, but I think she might. She actually has a kit that's pretty good for it. Like, her kit's... I don't know if you give her Black Grail, though. I think you actually might give her something else. I think you focus more on crit damage. Like, I think she's got a chance. Oh yeah, I'll try it for sure, dude. I'll definitely give it a shot. Even if she's not bond 10, if she gets like really close, we'll know that it's doable. Because Ku can do it, Orion can do it, I think Fujino can do it, and Enkidu might be able to do it if he gets really lucky and he's like a level 100 NP5, all that stuff. Like, it's obviously kind of rare to have an NP5 5-star and all that, but if Enkidu is level 100, NP5, 10, 10, 10, 2k fold and stuff, he needs to get lucky. He needs Guadia to quick charge at the right times and not at at bad times and things like that. And then I think Enkidu might be able to do it. It'd be really close though. It's not that Enkidu's worse than Ku, it's just that the way that fight isn't as good for the way, because Enkidu's got some gaps in his survivability where Ku can kind of guarantee he doesn't die for a certain amount of time. Enkidu's got a bit more gaps than that. But Enkidu's also got more health though, so if you don't like get one shot in one of the turns, I think Enkidu might be able to do it. Because Enkidu hits harder than Ku. So yeah, if you want me to try your Fujino, I will. I'll probably just have you backseat for me because your way I'll probably fuck it up. And I wanna, you know, give her the best shot we can. I don't think Wonder Twins could do it. They've got the damage, but I don't think they have the survivability at all. Guadia just melts you as Fear Knight class. And the thing is, you gotta understand, like, Knight classes are at a really big disadvantage because although they're not doing half damage, they're just doing neutral damage, and that fight's not scaled for neutral damage, right? All the cavalry classes are getting double damage, right? That's huge. So their night classes are doing half as much damage, so it takes them twice as long to win. And with Guadia doing that much damage, it's awful. Like, it's so much easier for Cavalry because they're doing twice as much, and then they generally don't. Cavalry classes also generally don't get one shot, so they have a few extra turns to work with. So that's why night classes almost never solo it. Guadia is generally easy to solo, it's just not for night classes. The only trait that Guadia has right now is King. Now sometimes they'll add new traits into the game and stuff, so maybe he'll get some other ones later, but right now he's just King. He's not even a servant or anything like that. Yeah, I'm sure Ozzy could solo Guadia, but you would need all the right stuff. For Cavalry classes, it's less about if the unit can do it, it's more about do you have all the necessary stuff to kind of capitalize on how the Guadia fight is. So, for example, if you've got Ozzy at NP2, if you wanted him to solo Guadia, you would probably need to be 10-10-10, Bond 10, and then have, like, Limit Broken Black Grail or something, right? Maybe just regular Black Grail, but like that something like that, because you're going to be NPing almost every turn. So if you have the right, if your Ozzy's upgraded enough and you have the right CE, then yeah, he can probably do it. But if you just slap a whatever CE on Ozzy, spawn 6, he's 888 or whatever, and it's not gonna work. But if you get all the you meet all the requirements and you get Bond 10, you get your skills up and stuff, a lot of Cavalry classes can do it. And Ozzy is just really good. And one really good thing about Ozzy there is the fact that Ozzy's got the heal and the defense up. And because Cavalry classes take half damage, to be clear, Guadia still hits like a fucking truck, even if you're taking half damage from him. But if you landed a defense up from Imperial Privilege, RNG boys. But if you land the defense up from Imperial Privilege, and the fact that you're counterclassing, you'll be able to survive a decent amount of turns from Guadia, and you can NP seal him, so he's not going to NP very often, even if he quick charges. So yeah, I think Ozzy would do pretty well there as long as you've got the right stuff. He could probably do it with just Heaven's Feel. You probably don't even need something as extreme as Black Grail, but you would definitely need something to really boost up your NP damage so you win nice and quick. Because Ozzy doesn't have like an evade or a guts, he's just a defense up and the heal. Yeah, Ozzy normally will have the defense up, but you won't always have it because, well, it depends. I mean, in that fight, you should always use, even if your third skill whiffs, you just use it, to make sure you land the defense buff. Because Guadia gives you so much NP charge, but there absolutely are times where, like, when you need to cast the second skill, you already have your NP. Like, you're already full, so it's not a good time to cast his third skill. But with the way Guadia is, I think you say fuck it and you don't care, and you don't even care about the battery on your third skill, and you just go and get the guaranteed buffs. There are plenty of fights, so that's not the case. But yeah, Guadia just gives you so much NP charge. I mean, Emiya would be good for the Summer 3 Challenge quest because Emiya is an AoE servant and stuff, so that'd be an okay one. The true answer, though, is double Herc. I like how Emiya's got the male banner CE. I see what they did there. I need to pay attention to my Ushi's bond after this stage. I haven't been doing that. That's weird. Why does everyone else have the CE but this account? Maybe just get it later. I need to actually roll FP. I'm just lazy. Why did I bring Atlas? I don't need to level Atlas. I need to level Anniversary Blonde. I gotta make sure I start bringing that because I should get it to Bond. I should get it to 10 from this. Especially because if some people want Atlas when they're fighting Guadia, and if I'm testing other people's units, I need to make sure I've got Mystic Codes that are properly leveled for them, so I'm not handicapping them. Yeah, the Mystic Code from this event's not very good. It can be okay for farming, especially if you don't have one of the other NP battery Mystic Codes. Some people need a little extra push to make sure they can loot properly and things like that. So for some farming, it's alright. But for challenge quests and stuff, it's not good at all. It's only 10% battery. That's not a lot. Like, it really is not a lot. It has no survivability, and its debuff removal only works on dots. That's way too limited. Like, Atlas is so much better. And the crit up is only for one turn, and it's like 30% or something. It's team wide, but even if it's 50%, that's not very good. Like, it's just too weak. Like, it's not okay. Why would you ever use it over, like if it was like one of the only Mystic Codes in the game, sure. It's like, yeah, you'll get value out of it. It's like, yeah, you'll make a quick NP hit really hard. But you could do that with default. And then you also have, like, you have a guaranteed turn of survival because of evade, and the heal's probably 2 turns of survival. That's way better. And then the attack up works on your normal cards too, and your extra attack and everything else. Like, Mystic Codes that don't have a survivability skill need to give extremely good value. One of the only Mystic Codes that's actually viable that you actually see used, you know, often in like challenge quests and farming and everything that does not have a survival skill is the Switch Mystic Code, and that's because the Switch is fucking insanity, right? Like, you pretty much got the big four. You know, you got Default, Atlas, Anniversary Blonde, and the Switch Mystic Code. That's really the only good Mystic Codes most of the time for like hard content. And for farming, sometimes you might use Hogwarts or the Babylonia one. Especially the Babylonia one now, that one's nice. But that's pretty much it. Everything else, all the other Mystic Codes, is like, yeah, they're okay, but they're not nearly, the total value they add to the team is just not even close to what you get out of the other Mystic Codes, so they're never worth using. And it's very much the same with this new one. Especially because of the Babylonia one. The Babylonia Mystic Code, if you are trying to like make your farming a bit better, the Babylonia one is a lot more NP gain in the long run than just the 10% battery. And it's kind of a I've said this before, the big four Mystic Codes are so good, they're like better than they're supposed to be in my opinion, that we almost never get new Mystic Codes that can compete with them. Because they don't want to make a Mystic Code that good. So that's a big part of the problem. This is the first fight with Phantom, I think. Doesn't really matter what I bring. But yeah, see, I can't click mash because, you know, she's dead. I keep forgetting to change my Mystic Code, and I didn't check Ushi's Bond either. Well, we're getting a new Mystic Code at some point in the upcoming Lost Belt, so we don't know that it's necessarily in the very next one. It could be, and I kind of suspect it would be, because it's kind of a hype way to start off the second half, if you will. But we don't actually know that. The opening doesn't confirm when we get it, just that we do get it. But I would think it's in the first one, just like the other Mystic Code was in the first one, so I would expect them to follow suit, but hopefully that one's good. The other Lost Belt one, it was okay. The other Lost Belt one's a mess because it was it's a side grade to the default one if it's at rank 10. It has to be at rank 10. If it's not at rank 10, it's not even a side grade, it's just worse. The problem is, it's the hardest Mystic Code to level in the game, so getting it to rank 10 takes forever, so most people are never going to have it at the point where it's actually worth using. And then they made that Saber Wars one, which is basically this exact same thing as the Lost Belt one, but way easier to level and slightly better. So the original Lost Belt one is... I hope they never make another Mystic Code with that growth curve again. That was a fucking stupid idea, and it makes it almost unusable for most of the player base. Makes it like whale only, which is extremely stupid. But I suspect the new Lost Belt one will have the same curve, because they're dumb. But yeah, the Saber Wars one is so similar to the Lost Belt one that kind of lost its use. don't think Ushi's Bond 6 yet. Let me check. I know she was really close, but I haven't really used her, so... I don't mind the way the new Mystic Code looks. It's not really my style, but I don't mind it. It's just, it's not that good. Yeah, okay, now we have it. Oh, she's like super close. That'll just make Guadia a little bit faster. You can use Ushi as your main DPS against Guadia with like Bond 1 and you'll be fine. It's just nice to speed things up a bit. So how I would make this new Mystic Code actually worth a fuck is I would have made the battery 20%. I would have made the debuff clear all debuffs. That alone would have pushed it up quite a bit. Because then it's like, okay, sometimes Atlas, yeah, you really need Atlas for the debuff clear, but you don't need how defensive it is, and you want some offense, right? So they'd be like, hey, it's an offensive kind of alternative to Atlas for quick units, right? That'd have been alright. But because it's dot only, and only 10% battery, it's like, ugh. Really hard to justify that. Just use Emi again, that was kind of fun. Or we just bring a team. What? It doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll live long enough here. Let me remember to change my freaking Mystic Code. I don't think I have a Gutsy yet. You know what that means. Best CE, uh-huh. I wonder what that skill is called. It's supposed to do with nighttime, I'm sure. That's why he's so much stronger now. Man, why didn't they give Phantom an animation update, dude? Because I suspect you're going to see him for more than just this beginning part. Man, he really deserves one because he's like the OG guy with, you know, different sprite model and stuff, right? God, they're gonna be so lazy with that. You know they're not gonna like respect the fact that he was the first servant that had like, you know, a really different sprite like that. They're not gonna give him different animations for stage 1 and 2 and then 3. They're not gonna do it. They should, they 1,000,000% should, but like, oh, we can't monetize this. Ku's in the event but didn't get his shirt. That's pretty lame. Honestly, that's so outrageous. I can't even fathom what DW is thinking at this point because we know they know now, right? Because they had that interview and they said it's one of the most requested things. And they must have known for a while. It's not like just now they're getting requests for it. They've obviously known for a while. And if Ku's in the story anyway, and look how many, they just added so many costumes to the game. They added all the anniversary ones, they added all these male ones. I honestly don't understand. I do not understand why we don't have Hawaiian shirt Ku. It makes no sense to me. Maybe we'll get lucky and they've been hiding it and it's going to be in the part 2 and it's a surprise. Kind of like how Han's animation update was a surprise. I don't think so though, because how do I put this? Like, I feel like that would have been something they would have wanted to show on the stream because that would have gotten everybody hyped. But I don't know. Surely they're saving something. Something's got to be a surprise for part 2. Why am I not killing the ads? I do not know. But seriously, 5 years in, and the fact that we don't have it, I was just like, What the hell, guys? Oops. I know, just watch. They'll give Ku a fucking costume and it won't be the Hawaiian shirt. Like, I just want exactly what was in Fate Hollow, like seriously, but they're gonna fuck up. Like, oh, it's too simple, we can't do that. That's what people are expecting. They even said that they like to subvert expectations, and I'm just like, oh god. Like, not that shit. So, I should obviously... I should obviously give Evade to, or Guts or something to David, but I kind of want to see if he can face tank this. I want to see how tough is this Phantom. We're not counterclassing though. We have our little defense up. But if it was counterclassing and we had the defense up, I think he might live. But I don't think he's going to live here. But we'll see what happens. As much as I would love a Ku animation update, because I have to be honest, Ku does not have one of the better animation updates. He's still much better than a day one servant, so, you know, other people need it way more than him. But it's really not that good. It did not really encapsulate a lot of his attacks, like, that he did from, like, the visual novel and stuff, and, like, that kind of, like, really swift fighting style he's supposed to have. And it's just the sprite works okay, but it's not, you know, it's still kind of old. It's, you know, again, I don't really complain about it because we've got fucking Proto-Ku over there and Shakespeare's crying and all that kind of stuff, but we're slowly getting through all the day one animations. There's not that many left. There's still a good chunk, but they're getting there. You know, now that Uriel and Sinnoh are done and Hans is done, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. But Mozart, please. Yeah, and Ushi. I will say this. I think Hans is probably the servant that deserved it the most. And I'm not trying to shit on Ushi or anyone. I think a lot of other people deserved it a lot. Like, a lot of people truly deserve an animation update. But I really do think Hans deserves the animation update the most. And it's actually a shame that it took them this long to give him one. And the reason I say this is because, one, Hans is a day one unit. It's okay, you know, that's a big point in his favor. And then there's a lot of potential with what you could do with his animations beyond fucking caster balls. You know, throw the balls at the screen, boys, right? Not so good. So then there's that. And then also he's one of the most used, if not the most used, Lodestar. That's a lot of reasons to give Hans an animation update, and it's kind of crazy that it took them this long. But yeah, they did it because of summer, obviously. That's kind of how they do things. They generally wait until it's thematic. I don't think Proto-Ku is just going to randomly get an animation update out of the blue. You know, they're going to do it when, you know, Proto-Ku's in the main story, or when they do a prototype event, or something like that. You know, that's generally... Now, yeah, they do animation updates every once in a while, totally at random, but those are so rare, there's no point in holding your breath for them, right? Like Lu Bu's animation update and Kiyohime's was really random. Like, Kiyohime's animation update was so random. But, again, there's no point holding your breath for those because they're just so few and far between. Yeah, I heard that Ku is in the story, but no Hawaiian shirt because they're full of shit. One day they're gonna remember Proto-Ku exists. I swear, it has to happen. I don't think that they've forgotten that he exists. I think they're intentionally avoiding him because they've been doing that. By the way, Phantom's MP damage is laughable. I just realized how much health that David still has. Anyway, it's been obvious since day one they've been avoiding Proto-Ku because they don't want to characterize too much stuff from Prototype because they don't want to like trap any writers. Like, oh, we already characterized Proto-Ku this way, so when they actually do Prototype stuff, they have to write them that way now. It's like they're obviously trying to avoid that kind of thing. I'm guessing Nasu just hasn't decided what he wants to do, so... Hopefully someday, though. The extra attack, not NP, feels bad. Scrubbing it up, man. They can always collab with another one again, though. Like, they could always just, you know, do another collab, like a follow-up to K&K or whatever, right? And eventually they're gonna do Tsukihime, but they're gonna wait for the remake, I imagine. Yeah, there's still a few things they could do. I've always said they probably will do a prototype one eventually. It's just, I feel like they're waiting, and like behind the scenes, I'm sure Nasu has decided what's going on. Like either that the writer that did Fragments is gonna do just regular prototype, or they're gonna do an anime or whatever. whatever. I imagine it's in the pipe work, right? And so that might dictate when they would bother to do a prototype collab. I think they might actually do a Fate Strange Fate collab soon-ish, and I think they would just focus on the first half of Fate Strange Fate, right? Kind of how the Requiem collab didn't really get into like the you know much into Requiem really. It just depends on you know how the writer feels about it and like how much is you know what gets done in the next book and stuff. They might do. They might do Fate Strange Fate. Like I've seen people say, "Oh, they did Requiem," you know, when so little of Requiem is out. But the writer obviously feels differently than the writer of Fate Strange Fate, so it would take some convincing. So we'll just have to see what they decide to do. But I would not be surprised within the next 2 years if we see a Fate Strange Fate collab, even if Fate Strange Fate's not done, and then it just focuses on the characters and stuff that kind of are done and kind of have you know shown everything, and you know you're not going to spoil anything if you will. From what Nasu said a few interviews ago, I think if they ever do collab with something that's not Fate, it would be after Lost Belt is done. That's kind of what it sounded like, but we'll just have to see. I like how Nasu was like, yeah, I want to collab with FromSoft. That was pretty funny. Alright, Rip Phantom. We did try out Awawa, we used her twice. So much art resist down. I think we've used everybody now. Let me guess, who dies at the beginning of the story to set up the horror element? I totally suspect they do that. Oh yeah, we haven't used Sigurd yet, and it's because we haven't seen one, and then I have Sigurd and I don't have the costume yet, because I'm not really playing my main right now. Arjuna, do you happen to have Sigurd's costume? Because that's the one thing we haven't checked out. I like how I just answered that. Don't have it yet, damn. Don't like it? Feels bad. I don't mind it. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but it's alright. I just want to see how they did with it, like, I'll probably have to get it myself. Oh, there's Ari again, feels good. Oh, there, someone's got it. We can't see the NP, but we can at least see the costume. Actually, I'm kind of curious what the NP looks like, though. Like which color they go with. Because, you know, his stage 1 and 2 is red, and stage 3 is blue. I'm gonna guess they go with the blue. Okay, they're sabers, for God's sakes. Yeah, I definitely prefer the red. Literally going through links on NA to record the red-eyed version so I can edit it into a video when I use Ziggurat. I need to do that really soon. I actually might do that when I get off stream. I might start playing NA and make sure I get to the point where I can record that. Because I'm going to have to use Ziggurat in a video soon. And I want the red eyes, so... I think we stall and don't kill these guys. Fuck, he crit, god damn it. And then he used the skill. Lowest damage combo possible. I don't know where the daggers are coming from, but George, no. Whoo, boy. They did kill him. And there's no way I can... Well, I can keep one of them alive. I can keep them both alive. Kind of a shame I can't see the NP. Well, they did an okay job with this costume, but he kind of already spawned his weapons in and already had like the weapon flash and stuff, so it'd be kind of hard to fuck this one up now that I think about it, really. At least he maintains his new pose when going forward and backwards. I cannot believe some of the older costumes, they could not be bothered to even do that. Like, it's just sad. I don't mind it. I don't mind this costume as much as like his regular getup, but I mean it's kind of just regular clothing, so that's not a big deal. Like if I saw a guy wearing that on the street, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you look ridiculous, right? It's pretty normal. Siegfried, his sword just appears out of nowhere. It just pops in, and then it disappears again, and then it pops in again when he goes to attack. Like when he goes to leap back, it just appears, and then it's gone. Like when he's done leaping back, it's gone, and then he attacks and it's there again. It's just, like, you've got to be kidding me. I hope they fix that at some point, because it's insulting. Like, you make all these new costumes and you actually give them in between frames, but then the old ones still look like crap. Yeah, Jolter does the same thing, yeah. It actually looks worse with Jolter, I would say, because the flag is so noticeable. I mean, it's about equal. They're both terrible. I figure at some point they're going to update Jolter's animations because she's so popular. It's honestly insane that they haven't updated them yet. And whenever they update it, they'll probably fix the costume then. And if they don't, I will be very annoyed. Yeah, honestly, I think she should not use the flag at all in her costume, but they're going to be too lazy to do that. I honestly think that the flag just looks so stupid on Jolter. It's fine for regular Joan of Arc because she just fights with it and she's using both of her hands. If you're going to use a fucking flag as a weapon, like a spear flag, it's only going to look okay if you're using both hands and it's like your weapon, right? With Jolter though, she's using the sword and then she's just holding the flag, and then whenever she swings the flag, she uses it with one hand and it looks stupid and floaty. It just doesn't work, right? So honestly, if they want Jolter to use the sword, she should just use the sword and not the flag. It just looks stupid trying to use both. Like, one or the other, lady. Because seriously, the flag is not a problem in regular Joan of Arc, even though her animations are older, but again, she's using both her hands and stuff, so it looks... That's like how you're supposed to use a large, you know, like halberd or flag or spear or something, so it's okay. Whereas Jolter, it's very unnatural, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't fit her character either. So, I would say for both Jolters, honestly, cut the goddamn flag. But if you have to only cut it for one, cut it for the costume, because it's even worse for the costume, because then she's wearing modern clothing and stuff, and then for some reason she's just holding a flag for some reason. Like, it's just... It don't work so good. I think that animation's new. The, glasses there. Not 100% sure. I don't remember. He has glasses in his stage 3, so... Kiara's kit's alright. It's kind of awkward, though, on a Moon Cancer because she's not counterclassing, so... It's usable, but it doesn't seem super practical to me. There'll be some such situations though it'll work out, and when you are fighting Avengers and stuff, it'll be really good. Hey Ari, how about that freaking Landling NP animation, huh? I was really surprised by that. I was truly shocked by that because they're so lazy with costumes generally. They're making a custom sprite there. I was shocked. Like with the sunglasses and everything, I was truly surprised. But I really like it though, it's awesome. I'm gonna get that costume for my Landling and use it, I think. It's really good. Yeah, I think he has the best costume of the lot, definitely. It's also the most work I think they've ever put into a costume. Because he has in-between frames, and he has that custom NP sprite. And 2, actually, they have the other one, so... Now, if only they could put that level of work into other costumes. Yeah, we'll show Landling off again. Actually, I kind of want to use Ares Landling against Guadia. I know it's gonna fail, but it's actually kind of a good way to show off just how hard Guadia hits night classes for. By the way, Landling would wreck Guadia if Landling was a cavalry class. He absolutely would, but he'll get fucking destroyed as a Saber though. I just slept for 12 hours. That's a good. I know what that's like, Ari, where you haven't slept in forever, then you finally catch up on sleep. It's nice. The only thing, okay, we'll do it. I'll use 1 apple. Do I though? We only have 53. I feel like, okay, I'll use 1, and I'm not gonna use apples again in this count for a while, and then we'll use what's left over of the may change his CE, yeah, sure. But then we'll yeah, feel free to change your command codes too if you think you can think of something better, because we got free respecs now, so give them the works. Anyway, so yeah, we'll use the apple, and then we'll go use it on the summer stuff, then we'll go back to one of our other accounts. I don't want to do Guadia stuff right now. We'll do this one Guadia thing, but I'm going to wait to do Canis and Fujino and all that. I'll do that for like a stream where we're just focusing on Guadia. That way it's like, all tidy. I don't want to just like randomly slap that in the middle of a summer stream. I guess I should show off Hans' animation update. I got the video up, but we haven't used that on stream yet either. It is sad though, like Landling would do so well against Guadia if it wasn't for the fact that night classes take so much damage here. They get melted. You just let me know when you're ready, Ari. I'll wait to use the apple until you're done, just in case my AP happens to go up to 6. Which I don't think it will. It's not gonna go up for 3 minutes, so. Alright. Got that 100% boost. I guess Atlas is best. It's either Atlas or default, because the heal might buy us a turn. I'm gonna try Atlas though. It's kind of ballsy, but we'll give him the same setup we gave Ku. By the way, I am so pissed. I had the 3-star. There's a 3-star craft essence that specifically boosts your stun chance, and that would help Medusa here a lot. Because I haven't ranked her up. Obviously, if you rank up Medusa, there's no RNG. But because I haven't ranked her up, the CE would help. But I burned that CE, so I don't have it. And I'm like, god damn it. And I don't have the 2-star one even limit broken. So I could have like way higher stun chance. But I'm a dummy. Thankfully, it doesn't really matter. Like, getting the stun is nice. All it actually accomplishes, though, is making his buff go away sooner. Which doesn't really matter that much, especially for Landling. Let's get some FGO music in here. This is technically for his other form, but good enough. I shouldn't have stunned. I shouldn't have stunned. I should have just let it. The stun's not really that good. It doesn't really do anything. that important. It's nice if things work out, but like really, I should have just taken that hand, right? I could have given Landling 35 stars, and then now this hand I can't do jack shit. So yeah, I should have just. I wasn't paying attention to my deck, so. Oops. It's not that big of a deal, but that is kind of throwing. That is loud. All right. Just going all in on turn 1 here. Which one's the options menu again? There we go. Do that so we can actually hear Guadia, hopefully. That's not a good start, because I had invulnerability up. Guadia's sound effects are just so overtuned. Like, they're so much louder than everything else here. Oh, so music's pretty loud. Alright. I actually think with Black Barrel, VR Mash can probably solo Guadia. Like, VR Mash with her buff is actually pretty nasty for this kind of thing, because she automatically gets spawned 10 too. Dude, I love the shades. It's so good. Look at that! Dude, that's... Holy fuck! Like, that's what I'm talking about. Night classes get... What? Night classes get so screwed here, dude. Look at that damage, man. Like, I will say, that was really bad luck. Like, that was incredibly bad luck. But that damage is absurd. Okay, let's try that one more time. I think we can do better than that. We need to get 2 NPs up without popping guts, basically. That's scary. That is so scary, Ari. Like, what the fucking Guadia, dude. That was really bad luck, though. We'll see if we can do better here. So if your first hand is bad, stun. If it's not bad, don't stun, pretty much. It doesn't matter too much, though. It's mainly... The crit stars don't even help, because critting Guadia doesn't do anything. For the first few turns, he doesn't take bonus damage from crits. It's just a way to, like, get NP gain in case Guadia doesn't... You know, if he doesn't do any of his, like, multi-attack hits. If he, like, quick charges or something. Like, it's very minor, but it you know, it's one less thing to worry about. It's nice. I wish Guadia was summonable right now. Okay, we just take that. Bye, Phantom. Yeah, it's because Guadia actually has a playable, like, file in the game. where most boss-only characters and stuff, they don't have a file like that, so there's no way to hack them into the game. Well, unless you're like a super good hacker, but it's actually rather easy to get access to Guadia because he has a playable version in the game, so the game actually supports it. Where most boss characters do not have that. Look at those shades, man. I think Guida's MP was Art? It was either Art or Buster, I don't remember which one. It's definitely not quick, it's definitely Art or Buster. Art. That makes sense. Considering the lore behind it, that makes sense. Oof. I like how the one hit we got hit by was the Buster one. I think we removed the defense down. I really want Guadia to be playable someday, dude. I want it really bad. I like Guadia a lot. Like, he's so cool. And I think he's gonna be a good guy ultimately, so... It's so much damage! Look at this, we got damage cut, double damage cut from NP, damage cut CE, damage cut command code. Normally that's so good, but Guadia, man, he's just not having it. Dude is fabulous though. Beasts aren't supposed to be pure evil though. Like, that's not the point of beasts. Okay. Whoo, boy. Ari, I need a drink now too. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me think. Gotta wait a turn to do the art up. I'm hoping for a miracle here, and we just don't get Bustered this turn, and we might actually keep our guts for another turn. I don't think this is enough to tank a Buster, though. It's enough to tank the other stuff, but... Stargin down super sucks. Think we can tank this? Yes? Fucking Christ, that damage! Okay, the battery's gonna have to go to waste here. I think the defense down is what made us take so much damage there. You know what I think we need, Ari? Is the debuff removal command code. I really think we would have kept Guts there if we didn't have the defense down. I think the defense down is why that got so fucked. Oh, we do have it. It's just on the Buster card. So, I wouldn't switch it right now, but I'll try this again with Landling later, and then yeah, I think when we try again, maybe on the art card or something. I may be doing this wrong though. Maybe I shouldn't be using my art card so much because Guadia does so much NP gain for us. So I may be doing that wrong. The problem is he just does so many debuffs, it'd be hard to actually get the defense down. I was actually Ku's buff removal or debuff removal was actually a huge help. Do quick, do quick, do quick, do quick. That's Buster, you jackass. Honestly, though, we did okay, and we could do better than that. I'm not sure we were gonna win, but we could get a good bit farther than that if we get luckier and get the right setup. And that's a tough fight. That is not the kind. You don't want to use a damage cut servant against something that does double damage to you, right? It doesn't. The math here is not adding up. He would win so easily if he was a cavalry class, though. Like, he would win super easy. Alright, let's use our AP up here. Doesn't really matter what we go with now. We'll just summon things for the drops. This drops like the food and the chainsaw. I know Lost had a chainsaw drop thing, but I don't think I have on this account. Good enough, we'll just throw it in the back. This account has like no farming units really, because I've been focusing on the main story. Should really summon a support that'll actually help, but we'll be fine. It doesn't give a drop boost on this stage, I don't think. I'll bring it anyway. I should get Mozart Bond, I guess, because getting him to Bond 10 is actually practical. So George too. Well, I don't think I need to tell anyone that one. That's the wrong. You know what? We'll just go with it. I was gonna go with like the more battling music, but whatever. Yeah, wait. That's right. I do have a Rosh. I forgot that I leveled him on this account. I didn't have him for a long time. I leveled him for Babylon, specifically for Corrupted Ushi, which was totally worth it. Dude, Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite 3D, like, platforming Mario game, for sure. I don't think David's gonna kill that with 2 attacks, so I did it that way. That was a bad turn. Sunshine is actually one of my favorite 3D platforming games, period, to be honest. I've not played it in quite a while though. Should do that one of these days. I think 4 is enough to get our NP right away. I mean, it depends on how you're using Kiara, but I mean, it's like for loopy bullshit, you know, MLBK scope, obviously. But, you know, 50% starting in P, you know, damage up, art up, you know, like painting in summer, dive to blue, that kind of thing. Golden sumo, you know, that kind of stuff. But if you don't need starting in P, then just things that'll help, you know, like, I don't know, formal craft or something. Art of death sometimes, depending on what you're doing. I actually think what we do is we bruiser down this wave, and then we have Arash into the second wave. Imagine having Golden Sumo. I know it's nice. I don't have to imagine. I've got it. How about that, chat? Trouble at the beach, boys. Give it to me. No, on this account you don't, that's true, but I do at least have a 50% starting in P, you know, damage up thing. Like, honestly, the thing I'm using on my Robin right now, if that's like all you got, that's decent for Kiara. Like, that's fine. Yeah, actually, I really do agree that Canis is one of those units that really does see good use out of Golden Sumo because she changes card types a lot more than you might think. You might think she's a C-Red Press Red servant, but she really isn't. There's a lot of turns where you do like Buster Quick, you know, even NP Quick sometimes, things like that. So she's switching up her cards a lot, so attack up is really good for her. Probably don't even need poison here, to be honest. Yeah, she's similar to Ku. Ku is one of the servants that I think benefits from it the most. He switches his card types constantly. You do like Buster Quick Art, Art Quick, Buster Quick in P, Buster, you know, then Quick sometimes. Like, he's just all over the place. I'm just hoping they give it out again. It's like, it'd be so frustrating if they make a main interlude for Ryder Kentoki's event, and they don't put it in. Like, that would just be awful. So I really should get the other drop bonus. I'm seeing like the tier 5. Oh, there's one. Alright, I guess Chainsaw is tier 2, and then this must be tier 5, I think. Or tier 3, excuse me. I mean, Robin just hits really hard. That's what he does. And I think he's got a an event bonus here. It's not a very big one, but he's got, I think it's like 20% damage or something. So Robin just hits hard, like seriously hits hard, even though he's a 3-star, and the enemy had defense down and stuff. So hell, we can get a hell of a lot more than 200k out of him with even basic buffs. If we just brought like fucking Mozart, you know, and then like the default Mystic Code with or without the event bonus, we could do more than 200,000. But there's no reason to do that right now. Like, yeah, it's super overkill, this crab. And for like 300k for some fucking reason. But yeah, the damage bonus from the event really isn't helping much. It's only like 20% or something. You can easily get more damage than we're getting right now from just really basic buffs. Like, I mean, for God's sakes, just the default Mystic Code would give us more damage than that. But I don't want to bring the default Mystic Code because I want to get Anniversary Blonde get 10 here. I'll set it up so Mozart comes in next time, and we'll see just what that does for us. Although Scatty's nice when we have her because she gives us the battery. And Robin just gets a lot. Like, the more you buff him, like, the more his overcharge gets out of hand. Is that Melt stage 2 or 3? I don't remember. I know the Penguin is stage 1. By the way, the Penguin is the best one. 3. Kind of struggling to remember what her 2 is. Less ribbons. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm drawing a blank. Oh yeah, okay, I remember that now. I would not have remembered that otherwise, though. Although we should... Fuck, we should... I'll go back to my main here. We can just use Robin over there. I don't want to use apples over here. Especially... These free quests suck. These are not the free quests you want to use apples on. Like, no way. Yara, please. Guys, look, we unlocked the next story thing. Too bad it's time gated. Maybe the gold currency is the chainsaws. Yeah, I guess it is. So the, huh. So yeah, that's bronze, that's silver, that's gold. God, these are so pointless now. These are so freaking pointless now. By the way, they just gave everyone back all the respec items they'd ever used. They just did that like today, I think. Just to kind of make up for this. But there's no use for them. You can't do anything with them. So it's like they just give them back, but it's like, what am I supposed to do with these? I think it gave back my main like 73 of them or something like that. Or 63 or something, it was a lot. I've respec'd a fair amount over time. Alright, let's go back to, I guess, our main account. There's not too much to do in the summer event right now, to be honest, because there's so few free quests, and there's such bad free quests that there's, they're kind of just waiting. You can get the QP back, but that's it. Yeah, that's not too good. Yeah, they should let them do, like, I don't know, I would have just given the player base, like, some compensation, like mana prisms or something for them. That would have been kind of nice. That would have been an easy way to do it. I just hope they change the UI for command codes. They're such a mess right now. I wish you could save presets for the screen mirroring thing on Samsung Flow, so I wouldn't have to like do this every time I switch. It's really lame. Yeah, if you do like anything, it makes you resize it. It's really frustrating. And again, no presets. Wait, we gotta be in a stage for this. Like that's just silly. All right. Operation make Robin hit hard, but we'll use all like super simple. Like no, we're not gonna use any big boy buffs. We'll just use really simple stuff. I'll try to bring someone that brings an event CE here. Whoops. Good enough. We're not using that. That's obviously a way to make Robin hit really hard, but we're not doing that. We're keeping it simple. Like, I wonder if this will hit hard, chat. The old golden sumo. It's not. It was way stronger than that. I don't know. If we did another one, maybe we do like we go Black Grail and then we do use Castoria and that kind of shit. Yeah, we'll do two. We'll do one budget, and then we'll do one going super ham. Can I bring you just for the event progress? Hopefully I can fit that onto the team. So you probably need to get like Bond 4 and a user like 10 times, and then like third ascension or something. We'll bring David, because like, it makes sense here anyway. Your boy Arash. Really doesn't matter what we give him. I've got to get rid of some of these CEs that are just clogging up my inventory. Might keep Perk though, and some of these I'll just put in the second storage, but yeah, these are annoying. Where's the... There it is. I don't really need to level any Mystic Codes on this account, and this thing's a joke. I'll just do default, that's as basic as it gets. Yamato Hari would be fine. A lot of defense down. We'll probably add Proto Merlin at some point. Probably not anytime soon though. Yeah, it's really easy to loop with Castoria, but it's not really any easier than it is with Scatty, to be honest. Although I think just because there's more art units that are compatible, I would actually say there's definitely more DPS to work with than Scatty has. But if you have the ones that Scatty works with, it's like no difference. Like it's like, who cares? I do think Castoria though has more like longevity. If you're in a challenge quest and you can't win in 3 turns, I think Castoria is much better than Scatty, like big time. You can loop though with Scatty without K-Scope. There's less options though. There's way less options. Alright, this is such a simplistic setup, like just David Mozart, that's nothing. Oh my god, you know, this is so unnecessary. I was gonna do the NP and then the quick art and show how you can like loop, you can get Robin's NP like again immediately. Or we'll have David NP that one, just so we get the slight overcharge. The other way does show off hilarious NP gain though, like if you've got the crits from Mozart, Golden Rule, and you get an art crit with the art up, you get Robin's NP back so fast. Oh yeah, Castoria is really good. Like I said, I definitely think she works with more things. The thing is, if you're like, if let's say you're like me, you know, I have Edmund. Like he's at 400,000. Like we don't need the fucking event bonus for that. Like it doesn't add much at all. It's ridiculous, dude. Anyway, but it's like if you already have K-Scope, you already got Edmund, you got Lancelot. There's no real reason to switch to Castoria stuff. Yeah, Robin's kind of good. Because obviously that stage, there's no need to do that, but for like a lot of boss battles, or if you are doing a harder challenge, or a harder farming stage and stuff, like that can be really handy. Like they've been adding more free quests now, you fight one big baddie instead of 3 wusses. I actually like that they've been doing that. I wish they'd actually do it a bit more. Alright, we'll go kind of buff stacky ham here. Good enough, I guess. Alright, how do we want to do this? We won't worry so much about bringing like event bonus stuff. Probably still use Mozart. I don't actually have much art support on this account. Probably Waver. Try to get overcharge. Could I get someone killed? I was gonna do the whole Super Leaf thing where you do Poster Girl and you like cycle an extra buffer. These mobs do not hit hard enough though. There is no way I'm gonna sneak in an extra cheeky buffer like that. There's no fucking way I'm getting that done. Like, on a lot of stages, it's not too hard to do that, but that's not happening here. Alright, we're gonna give him Black Grail. There's a lot of ways around, though, the poison thing. First off, you could just bring 2 Robins. That's always the funny way of dealing with it. You have the poison command codes, which thankfully there are multiple of. And then also, a lot of enemies just don't have magic resist. There's plenty of things that don't have magic resist. But yeah, it is annoying if it gets guarded. But that's why, if you really wanted to use Robin, like, it's really worth the investment to get his first skill to 10, so the cooldown is pretty short. Oh yeah, I have Castergill on this account. I forgot about that. I'm so used to not having Castergill, I keep forgetting that I have an MP5 for God's sakes, I'm pretty sure. Waver's actually fine though, because Waver, Waver will get his NP and overcharge Robin to put the defense down, and then with his attack, put defense down, it's actually a huge damage boost. Now, if I was doing the Poster Girl thing though, I would definitely use Castergill for that. Oh, you just mean for general gameplay. Yeah, Castergill is great for general gameplay, yeah, because then, first of all, Castergill just makes a lot of sense. Like, for this team, we're not really being practical. We're not trying to, like, farm. We're just trying to do big numbers, right? But in terms of, like, being practical, Castergill is great with an art team because you get the NP gain from, and you get the big art out and the star gen as a bonus and all that other, you know, it just makes so much sense with Robin anyway. And then as a boost, then you boost your poison. You're basically guaranteed to land the poison because, like, what is it? Like, is it 20%? Let me look. It actually might be more than that. Let's see. Yeah, it's 30%. Honestly, that's basically guaranteed because that means Robin has a 130% chance to land poison. Basically, nothing has that kind of resistance. Like, even if somebody has Magic Resist EX, that's only 25%. So you'll still land poison. Now, they might have Magic Resist and, like, Goddess Essence or something like that, and then you might still fail, but... Yeah, if they're immune, then you're fucked, but there's nothing you can really do. Yeah, seriously. And if you don't have Castergill and you're wanting to use Robin as your DPS, you could always just summon one from your support list and stuff like that. So that's a really fun combo right there. Alright. Sneak in some extra NP gain. We don't need it, but alright, time to click all the buttons. You know, I should have given Mozart. I could have done Mozart's NP as well and gotten more. We've done goofed, boys. And that would have been more overcharge for Robin. Yeah, see, I could have, if he had K-scope right now, the 20% from waiver would have gotten him his NP. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it. What else am I gonna use command spells for? Good call. See, if I was going to command spell, then I should have given him I should give him the Shinji craft essence, because then that would boost his debuff success chance, so the defense down might not miss. So. Yeah, I think this crab is going to die. We missed the defense down. We landed every other debuff. We just missed the defense down. Feels bad. I think we got him. I think we got him. I love Robin, by the way. And again, the event damage bonus is not even that big. What I really like about Robin too is you can get about 1 million damage out of him on a very practical setup. You don't have to do like some crazy buff stacking bullshit. Like you can have a very practical like challenge quest ready setup that will have longevity and defense for the team and all that stuff, and then just throw out 1 million damage. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, Robin's got the smallest event bonus you can have here, so kind of whatever. Clicking the wrong buttons. Ari, did you see the data mine for adult Hans? Yeah, it looks so good. I don't think it's gonna be playable because there's 2 reasons I don't think it's gonna be in, and it might be in later down the road. And I hope I'm wrong here and it's like available for part 2. But so if it was a costume, DW is just too lazy. They're just too lazy because adult Hans would be much taller, obviously. So you couldn't just copy paste his animations onto him. It wouldn't work. They're way too fucking lazy for that. And then I don't think he'd be a brand new unit either, because 1, he's a male and it's summer, and 2, he doesn't have enough expressions, I don't think. Now, to be fair, there have been times where they've data mined expressions and stuff, and there ends up just being more, so there could just be more than that. But it looks like it's story only to me. Yeah, that's a lot of effort for a story only sprite, but I think that I do think it's something they might consider doing later. Like, they've done that a lot. You know, they had Sherlock Holmes as a story only sprite for quite a while, and then eventually they made him playable. So I do think they're opening the door to maybe adding it, especially if like the feedback is really good. Unfortunately, I have a feeling the feedback's not. I don't think people are going to be going crazy over Hans. I hope they do though. Like, I really hope they get really good feedback and they decide to add him later. Because yeah, as a costume, I'm like, it's too much work. I just don't see it. Now, you know, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they're going to throw out some really high quality costume and adult Hans has took, you know, animations that fit his bigger size, and that's why you got the animation update, you know, as well. But yeah, I don't. New units, not enough expressions, and then costume, the height difference is too big of a problem. But yeah, it sucks because basically we've known adult Hans was a thing all along, and it's one of those things that we kind of like said, oh, that'd be so cool if he did it. But we were like, I think everyone has always thought they're never going to do it. But now it's like it's in the game, but it's almost more frustrating though. So yeah, I would be so happy if we got an adult Hans, dude. That would be fucking cool, dude. I mean, I don't think there's going to be any negative feedback to adult Hans, but I don't think there's going to be that much feedback at all. I think whatever feedback there is will be positive. I just don't think it's not going to be like the uproar for when there's like some waifu in the story that's not playable. You know, people like start, you know, drooling, right? Where with adult Hans, it's going to be like kind of a ripple in the pond, right? But we'll see. Yeah, basically Hans is supposed to be an adult, but because of CCC nonsense, he's still an adult, but he's in a child's body. But like, if you just default summon Hans, he's an adult. Yeah, I saw that like when I woke up, I saw that stuff. Yeah, no, he just laughs at her. It's kind of great. I fucking love Hans, dude. Like he roasts Kiara so much. It's great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like when she shows up in his attack animations, he basically is calling for his, like some of his other attacks. He like, you know, calls on like Ice Princess and like Wind Princess or whatever. I think he calls on like Fire Princess or something, and then Kiara shows up, but he's like, not you. You know, Hans is great, man. All right, we'll do one more, and I think we'll wrap up because I need to eat, and there's just not too much to do right now. I guess we'll show off you one more time. I think some people hadn't seen you. And we need to bring her for bullshit anyway. They let you level her so fast though. Like day one, I think she can get to level 70, at least 60, but I think she might be able to get to 70 day one. That's kind of wild. You can't get her other NP ranks, but let's not fight sabers with a Lancer. Like, I know these stages are easy, but let's not be that silly. Koro, I tell you what, I'll test that next stream. And it's a little late now, and I'm actually so hungry, I'm kind of like shaking, so I kind of need to wrap up. I'll do that next stream, though. I actually don't know why I didn't think of doing that now, to be honest. But I'll definitely do that next stream. I'll try to do it like right off the bat. And if I'm not doing it right off the bat, someone remind me and I will do it off the bat. So yeah, Ari, I wonder how you feel about this. Yeah, I just hydrated. I hydrated. But I feel like you Lancer is good. But I feel like, and she's a freebie, so that's good, right? You know, pretty solid damage, some survivability, decent utility, can repeat and be okay. But I'm like, if she's a freebie, you gotta compare her to other freebies, and I'm like, Ku is better than this. And I swear, I'm not just being biased to Ku. I think level 70 Ku is better than her. Because level 70 Ku is fucking disgusting and is just completely broken, and I don't know how any freebie Lancer is gonna keep up now. It's like, the one thing I could see her maybe being better at sometimes is like in farming, if you need single target damage, but you want some looping going on, right? That might be better. But in terms of just like raw value, how much you get done while you're alive and everything, I think Ku is just way ahead. I think Ku is just way ahead of most units now for like the Lancer like, stuff, and especially if he's Grailed. Like I think non-Grailed Ku keeps up and then surpasses some 4 stars, actually a good chunk of the 4 stars, but he keeps up with the 4 stars just fine. And then if Ku is Grailed, I mean, like, Jesus, it's like, I think Enkidu might still be better, but Enkidu is just Enkidu. Like, what do I need to say? Yeah, she does have the anti-male gimmick, but even then, I mean, you gotta understand, she's working against a lot here, right? Okay, so they're both NP5, right? Because Ku's FP, so he's NP5. She's a welfare, so she's NP5. Okay, so both NP5. But Ku hasn't upgraded NP. That's already a pretty big bump in his favor, right? But yeah, she got the anti-mail thing, and she does have quick up and stuff, but then he's got that big attack up now. So even against a male, I think she might do slightly more damage, but not that much, and then her survivability is infinitely lower than his. It's not that great. But sometimes all you care about is damage, so... Like, I don't think she's bad at all. And also, to be clear, a lot of times when you're doing freebie stuff, like you're a more free-to-play account or something, you need more than one Lancer. You might bring her and Ku. And that actually works great because they're both got some survivability, they're both single target, they're both quick. So maybe you use your Ku and your Yu. That's a thing, Ku and Yu. Anyway, so use your Ku and your Yu, and then you summon like your friend Scatty, right? And they're both quick, so there you go. Like you can do things like that, or you know, an AoE quick support or something. So, oh my God, you could use Ku, Yu, and Wu. That's some bullshit right there. I just cannot kill my taunts, by the way. Yeah, basically she's balanced. She's a nice balanced boss nuker, and then Ku is just busted, pretty much. But yeah, if people like you, I don't think she's going to be hard to use at all. I think if you're like, yeah, I want you to be my single target Lancer, no problem. I think she'll be just fine. And a little light on the survivability, and just a little wonky, but I think her damage is solid enough, her anti gain is solid enough, and she's not going to just fall over dead. She at least has guts. Dude, if I didn't detest you, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm glad Rex is here. I don't mind, Yu's fine, Yu's fine. If I didn't detest Wu, I would totally do like a one-off video where I used Ku, Wu, and Yu, and I'd make the team name that. Like, I'd just make the party select part. Yeah, I have no problem with you. It's Wu that I'm not a fan of. Excuse me. I do feel like, though, her NP is kind of lazy. Like her, again, her back foot never changes sprite. Although I think she does have different sprites for her back leg. But, like, you can tell they're trying to not actually reanimate her. They're just wiggling what's already there. Like, there's like one sprite change in this whole thing. Yeah, Grail David is incredibly strong. I would say David is the best 3-star in the game, and then Grail David is just, you know, insanity. As good as Ku and 100 Face, Robin, Ushi, all those are, I think David is absolutely the best 3-star in the game. Because he just gives your team so much utility in terms of just staying alive, and then NP gain, and then some attack up. He's just so useful. If you're summoning your friend's Merlin, or you're summoning your friend's Castoria, or Scatty, you can complement that so well with also having your own David. And then now, David can also do some pretty good damage while he's at it. Yeah, David is not like an amazing damage dealer, but he's serviceable. He's a serviceable damage dealer now. He's got an attack up for himself, an upgraded NP, single target, right? And then if the enemy's giant, then he is actually an extremely good damage dealer. So in a niche, David's a disgusting damage dealer, and then outside of his niche, he's just an acceptable damage dealer, and then he gives your team just massive survivability. He's useful even if you're fighting Lancers, for God's sakes. David is just god tier. There's a reason David, when I do team videos, I'm trying to keep it more budgety. You know, David's in my videos all the time. There's a good reason for that. Like, he's just super good. And then, yeah, if he's Grail, just get out of here. I think Lancer you would scale with Grails just fine. I think she's pretty good for what a welfare should be. She's like, she does her job. All right, she does her job well. Oh look, we can get her to level 70 already. That's crazy. And one thing that's nice about you is if she doesn't need the 20% NP gain, you can just give it to somebody else. That's a nice option to have. Sometimes it's going to be exactly what you need to like save your team from an NP or kill the thing in time or whatever. You know, that's really nice. I'm surprised though with how time gated this is, you can get this much done with you already. David does benefit from Grails a good bit because it just makes sure he can stick around to do his job. And then if he does do damage while he's there, he'll do more. Now, I'm talking, please. David does do... Oh my god, how long is this fucking Ascension line? Okay, we're just gonna wait for the... there we go. Anyway, so David generally can do his job without Grails. You know, his first skill normally makes sure he lives long enough to make sure he gets his second skill off. But the thing is, you could keep David around for like multiple NPs. And generally, you want David to stick around for 2 NPs. You know, you get things like that. But you could stay even longer if he was Grailed. And then, you know, again, he's going to be... It's not like... When David's around, he's not dragging the team down. Because his art cards help your other team members get their NPs faster. David's NP hits pretty hard. You have the Charisma attack up. It's a short cooldown. His evade is awesome. His evade is unique in that you can cast it ahead of time. And if it doesn't get pinged off because you have a taunt or something, or you have maybe Merlin's invulnerability, you keep the evade for later. And you basically get a free turn off its cooldown. You know, stuff like that is just really nice. So yeah, him being Grailed is awesome. But sure, if he's not Grailed, he still does great. Like, he's no problem. But yeah, Grailed David can also be a pretty good damage dealer now, I would say. Because again, attack up, upgraded NP, single target. That's probably the last Ascension you have to do, though. But I figure she's so easy to level, I don't mind getting her to max. But I think you only have to ascend her that time. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it for most welfares. If they're a mission, you have to ascend them the third one and not the last one. Dude, people talk about the 5-star tier list in every video, too. I so do not want to do it. Like, I just cannot express like how much people have murdered my desire to do it. We need a grand tier list. That's the meme right there. I actually probably should roll FP some later because I want to get some of the 3-star CEs. Alright, well, I'm gonna go eat. Let's raid somebody here. I forgot to show up Hans's animations, but we'll do that next stream. And if you really want to see them, there's a million YouTube videos of them. We'll raid Kadroth. Why not Kadroth, whatever you say his name. Do that all the time, but not a lot of people streaming right now, so he's a good guy. Alright, boys. I'll definitely stream again tomorrow, and we'll do whatever else they add for the summer event. Try to stay on top of that. I'm gonna go eat, and I guess do Summer 3, because, you know, that's awesome. I'm still not done with it. Alright, boys. Later!